Hi, everyone. Welcome to Through the Eyes of a Therapist podcast, Mother's Day edition. Hooray!
Let's talk about moms.
Yes. So we know that Mother's Day is this upcoming Sunday. We're recording this May 2026. And we want to talk about how Mother's Day can sometimes be happy or heavy, / depending on what you have to deal with if you have a difficult mom or a mom who is very nice to you.
Must be nice.
Right?
Right? I
Must be
feel
nice.
like there's very few that exist because we're complex individuals.
We are.
It's okay. Are you a toxic mom?
I don't think so. I hope not.
You're like, damn, you didn't even let me breathe.
I know. I'm like, let's do the intro first.
We're nervous to talk about moms.
Yeah.
Especially our mom.
Well, we have mom
Sorry,
issues. Yeah. Sorry, Mom. I don't think she'll ever see this episode, but never say never. And then we were joking that I'd get a cease and desist in the mail from my mother. No, but I think on that note, something that I have not really talked about on the podcast is like my relationship with my mom. It's complicated. I know that she did the best that she could, and I think that it's important to understand that a lot of our moms carry their own pain, and sometimes it gets projected onto children. And so I think we I'm speaking for you, are like kind of products of that. But I really think that for me personally, a lot of therapy has really helped. Setting boundaries and upholding those boundaries has really helped me. Meds have helped as well. And so
Highly medicated.
medicated.
Also medicated.
We should make a shirt, medicated. That's funny. But yeah, I think it can be complicated for some people. So if you are in the pool of maybe mommy issues with us, we hope that you still have a good Mother's Day no matter what, because then there's always different kinds of mom stuff that you can celebrate, like the nurturing self that you have become yourself for your plants or your animals or
Dogs.
anything else.
I'm a dog mom.
You're a dog mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a whole thing.
It is a whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It takes a lot of work.
It
and they're like
does.
the size of toddlers. Like, yeah, I'm basically a mother. So, but I want to talk about, if we're talking about personal stories, I want to share something that I think was really challenging in my journey, and that was setting boundaries, especially as a Latina woman.
And the firstborn daughter.
Oh, yes. I am the firstborn of my family, like of my entire family, both sides.
Oh.
I am the top of the cousin hierarchy.
I did not know that.
Yes, and by a pretty big gap. I think my next oldest cousin is 6 years younger than me. So I was, yeah.
You were it for a while.
I was it for a while.
Yeah.
And I think the hardest thing to learn as that role in my family was setting a boundary and not feeling guilty. Particularly with my mom, I had to learn that asking for space was valid, even in like holidays, celebrations like Mother's Day, right? Something that I revisit every year on Mother's Day is my mom tends to be the kind of mom that's like, I no sé, pues wherever you want to take me. And then when I'm like, oh, here's all these suggestions, she's like, I know. And I'm like, before it would have been the hassle of like, oh my god, like I'm messing up, I need to do everything for my mom, I need to like buy her all these things, and now I'm just like
seek approval.
Yes. So now what I do is either I have a plan and I'm like, vienes o no, or yeah, or I'll say, okay, well, I'm going to wait until you let me know where you want to go, and then if you don't, then I can't really do much about it. That's your decision.
Yeah.
And that has lifted the weight off my shoulders.
I can imagine that could be very liberating, kind of functioning as an individual for yourself and your own best interest, and then kind of saying, this is what I'm going to do, and allowing mom to make her own decision versus like that sort of, not like codependency, but maybe a little bit like I'm going to act because of the way that you may or may not react. Right. Yeah. I think I had something similar. I have a chocolate cake story to tell you. I'm not sure if I've told you this story before.
I don't think so.
So my mom loves chocolate. Okay. She loves chocolate cake. And, I love to bake. And I made her a chocolate cake for her birthday and Mother's Day for like years. And it's like double fudge chocolate cake, like So good, right? When I had my son, I didn't really have a lot of time to do a lot of baking, as you can imagine. So I bought my mom a cake from the store one day and said, here you go. I can't remember if it was Mother's Day or her birthday. I think it might have been her birthday. And her and my dad are born like a week apart. So I was able to get them both a cake. Like I was like, this is efficient and perfect for like a new mom, right? Like I can't bake, but here's a cake, right? Still thought of you, brought you cake. We were celebrating, and then she kind of made a negative comment about the cake. Oh. And I won't get into specifics with that, but Mother, if you're watching, you know what I'm talking about. So after that, like, I was like, she's punished. Like, I'm just never going to make her a chocolate cake again. And to this day, years later, ¿en dónde está mi pastel? And I'm like, oh, you really?
Like,
and I'm like,
tienda.
no. Yeah. At the Albertsons counter, okay?
Porque se sigue portando así. Just kidding.
Yeah,
at
porque
Crystal
te
Mall.
portas mal. I'm not going to reward you
Please
for
don't
your
tell
bad
your daughter
behavior.
to fire me.
No, I'm not going to fire you. It's fine. But yeah, that's just kind of like an example of like one small sort of lighter thing.
Ooh, I have a good story.
Yeah.
And this one, sometimes I will self-disclose to clients because I try to give an example of how like we can give everything to a person, but if they're not ready for change, then like we can't really do much.
Right.
So a few years ago when I was in therapy with my mom, like in therapy together. Okay?
Oh,
like
my.
a family session. Yes.
Interesting.
It was like when I was at the point where I was like, okay, I'm ready to like shed some stuff. We need to talk. We sat in session together, and something that had come up was my mom's probably going to watch this, but my mom is pretty emotionally needy, and I'm not. I don't tend to be like, I can like be very self-sufficient, and I think that's just like an eldest parentified thing too. Like I can handle my own things. I'm just like, it's mine. And so we went to therapy, and we were talking about like just the relationship, how we can improve it. Her comment was, well, I feel like you don't love me as much anymore. And I was like, whoa, okay. Like, I remember my response was like, I am so sorry. I didn't realize I was making you feel like this. What can I do to help you feel loved? And the first thing she said was, well, I'm not sure, but I think maybe like if you called me more often or if you visited. At this point in time, I was like living across the city from her. But I would still make an effort to go see her. But she said, you need to call me more, text me more, come visit more often. I was like, okay, tough, because I was in school, I was working, and I lived like across the city. But
yeah,
I was
it'd
like,
be hard logistically.
Yes, but I was like, I'm gonna make it happen because I understand. So then I would visit, I think like twice a week. I would call her almost every day. I would text her and check in. Yeah, a veces ni me contestaba too. I was like, lady,
You want me to call you, but you're not answering the phone.
yeah. And so anyway, we came back to session a month later, and so I was like, oh hell yeah, like we're doing
fixing
great.
this.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
this is awesome. So we sat in session, and then the therapist asked her again, like, well, how did it go? And she said, I still feel like you just don't love me. And I was like, okay, we need to talk about this because I did XYZ, just like you said. I know that it's going to take a while, but like I was hoping we'd see some change at this point. And it was so cool because the therapist said to her, well, do you actually know what kind of love you want to receive?
Ooh.
Yeah. And she was like, because you asked her to do XYZ and she did exactly XYZ. And then you're coming in here telling her that it's not enough. So it creates a cycle of her feeling like she always has to catch up to some like unknown goal.
Yeah.
And I was like,
You're like, thank you for seeing me.
Right? Wow. And I remember that it was such like a controversial topic that she got really upset. And she was like, oh, well, whatever. But that prompted my own journey into like setting boundaries. It's like, okay, well, you're not always going to do you're not always going to get it right because she doesn't even know. And so, yeah, I share like little blips of that with my clients because I'm like, you can be doing all the things right with your parents, but if they never received love the right way or the way that they need it, if they don't know what that looks like, you could be trying endlessly.
Yeah.
And just not get it right.
Right. Yeah. And so then at some point you have to put like your limit on that. Yeah. So we figured we'd share these small personal stories on Mother's Day. And I know that sometimes it can be difficult to show love to mom, or maybe there is no mom, or mom is long gone for whatever reason, and there's grief there. But always remember that you can reach out for therapy,
Yes.
right? That can be really helpful because it can help you process through that grief and those feelings that are unresolved, or even if they are resolved and you just want to get it off your chest. Like, we're here to listen. And I don't know if there's anything else you want to add.
I just want to add, like, redefine the day for you, however that looks like, whether you are a mom of a baby that's no longer here, whether you are a hopeful mom, like if you're going through like infertility, if you are a dog mom, a cat mom, if you have your babies with you, if you have your parents with you or not, remember to honor yourself, spend a day intentionally, whether it is with the memory of like motherhood or just like that energy in your day. You get to decide what this day means for you. So whether today, if you're listening on Sunday, whether it feels loving, complicated, or anywhere in between, remember that there's no wrong way to experience Mother's Day. Just whatever feels right to you.
Yeah. And thanks for listening to us for this short episode of Through the Eyes of a Therapist podcast. And we will see you on the next one.
Happy Mother's Day.
Bye.